Alright guys, what's up? It's been a long time since I've made a video, but today we're actually working on my Silverado, getting ready to change all 4 sets of brake pads. So, when...
jack it up about maybe two pumps.
So we're getting set up right now to go ahead and get all that started. So this should be interesting. Alright guys, so we got the front end jacked up and we're about to get the wheel off. We've already loosened the wheel up on this thing. So I'm gonna use my impact just to run the bolts off. And we can go ahead and get started from there.
Hey, did you ever grab those brake pads out of my Jeep?
Nope. Alright. So.
Yeah, it don't look heavy.
Yeah, they're pretty stout, aren't they?
Yeah. Hey, before I get started, I'm gonna go put water in this.
If you look down my bedside table, I'm gonna bring my blender bottle with my water in it.
You blew what?
My blender bottle.
You want me to put water in it too?
It's already got water in it. Might want to throw a few ice cubes in it if you don't mind. Looks too small. All right, guys. So now that we got the wheel off, to get started, we've got this bolt here and this bolt here we got to take off to get the caliper off. Once we get the caliper off, that gives us access to our brake pads. So those bolts is either going to be a 19mm or a 3/4. Either one of them should work because it feels like both of them have about the same amount of slack. So I'm just going to use 3/4. And we're going to get started on busting these off so we can get these pads changed.
This one right here?
That one there, so it's the rear.
These are rear?
Yep.
Was that brake loop? Start cranking on the edge. Ah.
You gonna need the hammer? That's the wrong one, dog.
What do you mean?
Put it on the outside.
What do you mean? These right here?
Yeah.
That's what I was doing. Nigga?
No, you're on the inside one.
No, dog.
All right.
Oh, shit.
Hey, watch your language.
Oh, what do we look like? Family friendly? I got it.
Did it really?
Yep.
I just used the hammer. For the record, that's not the best way to do it, but if all else fails, it gets the job done.
Well, it ain't doing shit for this one. Where's that hammer?
Over here on this side.
Can you slide it over here?
You know what? This
What?
would help if I had my pry bars, but they're at the shop. But I just finally broke it loose. All right, here we go. Alright, there it is. Alright. So now that the caliper is off, you can see that gives us access to our brake pads right here. These aren't in the worst shape, but they were definitely getting pretty low. So, that inside pad looks even better than the outside pad. You still need a hammer?
Yes.
Alright. I got my brother over here working on the other side simultaneously, that way we can get it done twice as fast. So, now what we're going to do, we're going to remove these clips.
Good gummit.
Like so, they just pop off of there. It's always a good idea to change
Hey,
your...
is your socket tight over there?
For the most part, what are you using, 19 or 3/4?
19.
Well, I'm using a 3/4.
Slide me your 3/4.
So now we're going to go back and put these new clips on. And they just pop on there. You want to make sure you get them even. So you just clip in place like that and like that. So now that the new clips are installed,
Here you go.
we can start putting the new brake pads in. Might help if I put that going the right direction. Alright. So alright, there's one side. And here's the other side. A lot of times when doing stuff like this, oh well, that clip's not all the way in. Alright. You kind of have to do by feel rather than sight. There it goes. There we go. So, now that our brake pads are in place, what we're going to do We're going to take one of our old brake pads, and we're going to take a C-clamp. Let me set y'all down to where y'all can see. Alright, well I got the C-clamp, so I'm about to...
Alright, I'm going to grease your caliper slide stick.
Go ahead and toss me one now. If you'll stay. There we go. Alright. So, like I said, I'm going to take one of the old brake pads. Since this is a dual piston caliper, and what you do is flip it upside down, and you take brake pad, set it in there, and then you're going to take a clamp and clamp right in the middle of it. And what this does is this pushes these pistons inward to give you clearance to get this caliper around the new pads. And if there's any wind noise, I do apologize. You know, the hazards are working outside because you don't have a shop.
And it's not like we didn't have a hurricane come through yesterday.
Right. To give y'all any indication when I'm filming this, was it Hurricane Laura?
Yep.
Hurricane Laura just passed through Tennessee yesterday. So that should give you some kind of idea of how long it's been since I filmed a video for you guys. Alright. Now, those pistons are back in. And one thing you want to do before you put it all back together, get you some of this brake lubricant. This will help prevent squeaky brakes. You just want to rub it on the outside of the metal to quiet the vibration that causes squeakiness. And don't be afraid to get your hands dirty, because it's definitely going to happen, especially doing brakes. Alright, there's that. I probably should have sprayed this off with some brake parts cleaner before I put the new pads on it. But late is better than never. So we're just going to kind of spray everything down. Any kind of grease or any kind of contaminants. Off of your surface, your working area. So now, we're also going to put some of this brake lubricant on the back side of the brake pad as well. That way we're not getting, you know, any kind of squeak or anything from the back side. Alright. Put that down there. Alright. So now, ready to put everything back together.
Oh, damn it.
Take your caliper, flip it back over. Slide the caliper back on. Now you're ready for bolts. Now I got my bolts hand tight. Oh no.
Damn, Taylor.
What dog?
I think I may have put this all wrong. Hold on. No?
Alright.
I definitely didn't put it on wrong.
So, those are getting tight. Now it's time to put the wheel back on.
Come here. Brake pad.
Push down.
You see what's happening? This right here is getting caught. It's supposed to have a curvature, but it don't. And that's the same way with these. I'm wondering if these are rear. Unless you grabbed one of the ones that's supposed to go over here, because it goes on the back side just fine. Like it goes back here just fine. It's just that front side has to have that curvature.
Now that could very well possibly be.
You see, that one goes on fine.
That could be why I struggle with the backside on mine. Alright, let me pull this apart.
I'm glad I caught it.
Yeah, I'm glad you did too. You caught it about 10 minutes too late because I got my side put back together.
I'm sorry. I was
Alright.
over here focusing on my own thing.
Where's my ratchet? Did I leave it over there?
No, I slid it back over there to you.
No, but I had it in my hand whenever. Never mind, it's right down here.
I'll tell you what, while you're doing that, let me grab that clamp. Dude, you got you a nice little spider's nest in here.
Yep, that's exactly what it is, Daniel.
I knew I wasn't stupid.
Who knew?
Well, now you know for next time. Oh, come on. Come on.
So,
Squeeze.
okay, interesting turn of events. Pads on this Silverado are directional.
Try by ear.
So, I'll show you guys what we're talking about. Alright. So, if you look right here on this brake pad, you can see where the pad itself is curved on the inside. This side is for the back. Now, as you can see, it's got the curve on the pad itself, but the metal backing is straight. So that tells me that these are for the back. That's the thing about doing this yourself. You know, you're always learning something. This is the first time I've changed the brakes on this truck since I bought it. So, that's good to know for later on down the road in the future. You know, if I could quit sticking my finger in this grease, it would be quite a bit better. I just hope now I got enough to do the ones on the back. If not, we got plenty. Now, let's put this caliper back together once again for the second time.
Because it's still holding fluid, you're still at max. You don't have to worry. You really don't have to start worrying about it until you start getting low on fluid, which means you're probably gonna have to stop and get some brake fluid just to carry with you.
I think that will put back on.
Yeah. Brake cleaner inside of cuts on your hands don't feel too good.
This is gonna be fun.
Yeah. She a heavy bitch.
You won't grab one side of it?
Still nowhere near as bad as Brandon's.
I know.
You know why, don't you?
Huh.
His is steel wheel, yours is alloy. That's exactly why.
You can grab me that impact.
You need the socket too?
Yeah. Now normally you don't impact your lug studs on, or you shouldn't, but
if you're going to impact them with an impact or with a torque stick.
well, you want to torque them to spec, but this only puts out in inch pounds, not foot pounds, so it ain't gonna hurt it none.
And yes, I'm a firm believer in torque sticks.
And you always do it in a cross pattern. As you can see, I went top, bottom, upper right hand corner, bottom left hand corner, left upper hand corner, right bottom hand corner. You always want to do it in a cross pattern so you distribute the torque evenly. Alright, this side's done.
I still got to clean the wheel and put that on that side. I'm not looking forward to it. I just need to take a break real quick.
You said your side's tight, right?
Oh yeah. Yep, I would say that right there is a good indication of it. start looking at his wheels. Not gonna lie, that kind of burns. That burns like crazy. Yeah. Did you put new hardware on here, or did you use the same for it?
I'll put new ones on.
I don't know. I always try to use new clips if they send them.
Same here.
Hey, you actually have you actually have some weight cone power now. Dude, that sun needs to go on. If Brandon was over here watching this food, we'd be mad.
Well, the 9 count car hit the lady in his in.
Because we did both sides in less than 30 minutes.
No, I was about 40. A little over 40.
Well, still,
Uh-oh.
we did both sides in less than an hour. It took about 4. I did.
Going inside. If I can zip it on. Oh.
The handle's upside.
Yeah, but it's not. Fucking face. Grab me another one. Zip it all the way tight to get the bottom in there. No, you're gonna have to back that one off. So I said you're gonna have to back this one off. Come off of there. Alright guys, what's up? So I got a confession to make. When filming this video, we had a small issue with the brakes when my brother was adjusting the caliper and pushing the pistons back in. so that we could slip them over the new brake pads. Fluid started squirting down. I'm sure you can see it in the video. Fluid started squirting down the side, or on my side. And so we ended up chasing that for a couple hours, trying to figure out what it is. I checked the lines, I checked the brake booster, master cylinder, everything. I couldn't find a leak anywhere. Still to this day, don't know where it came from, but brakes are working fine. We, because of that, we were unable to film an outro, so I'm going to take this as the outro. Another thing, it has been about a month or two since I filmed that video, and the reason why I am uploading it so late is because I just recently went through a job change, and that has taken up a lot of time. But to make it up for you guys, I spent 3 full days filming videos for you guys to get you all some more content. So hopefully that'll make up for it. And I hope you guys continue to watch and enjoy the content.